All right. Oh, I'm sorry about that. So thank you so much for joining today's class. Like I was saying, my name is Winnie and I'm joining you from Nairobi. And this session has been brought to you by Africa 118 in partnership with Google Digital Skills for Africa. And our topic of conversation is creating your digital marketing strategy. Evelyn Wanja, I have seen your comment. I hope it's now clear. Thank you so much for the feedback. All right, apologies for that. So just let me know your business name, where you are joining today's class from, and how are you feeling, and probably what are some of your expectations from today's class. All right. Yeah, I've been able to fix that, so that should be fine right now. All right, fantastic. So we can proceed with the class. And first, I just wish to remind us of our agenda for today's class. Like I said, is digital marketing, and then we are going to look at some of the channels that you can leverage on, and also how do you create that digital strategy for your business. And but before that, just to remind us, we have a free bootcamp available from Google. So if you are a small business and you think you'd want to scale, if you've not had a chance to participate, my moderator will share the link with you in the comment section, and you can be able to just apply, and they'll get back to you with how to proceed. Fantastic. So on to our agenda. Number one for the day is digital marketing, and I just want to ask us, what opportunities do you think as a business you have gotten from being online? So let me hear from you. What are some of the opportunities you have gotten from having a presence online? All right. I remember the range of benefits that you can be able to get online, but for you as a business, what have you gotten so far from being online? So just comment in the comment section. I'll be able to cherry pick and sample your responses even as they come through. But now, just to proceed, is a bit of statistics. Is over 747 million people are connected in sub-Saharan Africa, and here in Kenya, 80% of Kenyans have access to mobile phones. So just 20% probably in the cell regions are the ones who do not own phone. But when it comes to South Africa, it's at 91%, and Nigeria is at 80% as well. So pretty much everyone has some form of access for connection. And out of that, 65% of those active mobile phone users have shopped online. So this is a really significant number that as a business you should be thinking, how do you leverage on that opportunity? So remember, out of the 20%, so 20% of population, it's being suggested that are the ones who so let me have a go at that again. So research suggests that 80% from the sales that we are able to make online come from 20% of some of the popular brands, the likes of Unilever, for example. So yes, so the big brands, 80% of sales come from them. So that suggests that in order for you as a business, for example, to just be relevant, drive sales, you need to target a larger audience, because out of a larger audience, a percentage of that audience is what will be able to convert. So you might find it as a bit tricky, but the more you reach more people, the more you have a likelihood to have a pool, a percentage of that being your clients. All right. How do you reach more people online? So, for example, you have been a business here in Kenya, probably you're thinking, about time I started scaling, but maybe you're not sure about which country specifically you want to go to. So, where you begin from? You begin from Google Trends. So, Google Trends will be able to just show you exactly the world is reacting to certain keywords. There's a way you can be able to search the popularity of that keyword, and then you can be able to see where a potential market you can be able to find. So let me just do a demo of that in a bit. All right, let me just do a demo of that when it comes to Google Trends. So if you do want to use Google Trends, for example, so just go to Google search and then type in Google Trends. So let's see what we are able to do. All right, Pamela, welcome. Apeles, and then we have Olga. We have Evelyn, fantastic. Welcome so much in today's class. So let's just have a look at Google Trends. So I will stop sharing my screen. So just go to the Google search and then type in trends. So I want us to take note of. So if you do want, so these trends we have categories of them. So if you want to check, for example, the daily trends, then you can come here. You can see here we have daily trends. So if I do want to see what's happening today in the world, which keywords have the most popularity today, I can be able to see. So these are the people or keywords that are trending today. So if you had wanted to look at that, you can see we have Meta here, we have Lotto, we have mortgages, mortgage rates, all right, and then so you can continue more and more, and just to be able to look at that. So for example, if you have a website and you want maybe your trends to be related towards that, so we can change here. Let's say if we want to see what's happening in Kenya. Okay, so let me type in our beloved country. All right, I've just seen it. I don't know where it has gone to. Let me find it again. All right, here we have Kenya. So let's see what's happening in Kenya. You can be able to see here in Kenya, these are the individuals who have the largest strengths here in the country. Okay, we can see we have vasectomy as well. And so that's it. So if you do want to check at the real-time trends, here is where you do check. So for example, let me see, so which keyword do we research? Let's see which keyword. Maybe let's do academia. I hope yes, macadamia nuts. Let's see how popular they are. If there are any searches for it, you can see. So let's say you come from the coastal region, because those are the people who tend to grow macadamia nuts a lot. You can be able to see this is how that has been trending over the past month. You can see it has been going up, and but it did take a dip in June, and then the trend is up also in July as well. So you can be able to see it's fluctuating when it's about mid-month. Mid-month tends to take a lot of dip. Can be able to see from this trend. Yes, most of the dates between um, 10 to around 19th there, they tend to have a dip. So can be able to see from this trend, for example, if you are a business and you want to do a conversion-based campaign, what are the best times to do that is when the month is beginning, because at that time that it takes a trend. So you can be able, it rises, and then of just as you move towards the mid-month, it goes down. So let's say, so this I have searched in Kenya. So let's say I want to export my academia to Angola, for example. So let's see if we have any You can see in Angola, there's nobody searching for that. So you can be able to see this may not be a fantastic market to take your products on. So let's try another country. Let's try Brazil, for example. You can be able to see macadamia is popular in Brazil. So if you were wondering which country can I export to, you can be able to see Brazil. There's a lot of searches when it comes to macadamia nuts. So that is a potential country, and then you can be able to see. So if you want to do your ads campaign, which specific cities in Brazil we do want to take priority, you can see Sao Paulo, and then we can be able to see here. We also have I can't even say the name. Yes, we also have the state of Bahia. So these ones are the states that have a lot of traffic when it comes to macadamia. All right. So if you were to narrow down your Google campaign, you can be able to see, you'll be able to target Sao Paulo, you can be able to target Bahia, and you can also be able to target Alagoas. All right, so let's try another country. Let's try South Africa, for example. Let's see if South Africans do eat macadamia nuts. You see, we also have a trend. Yes, and then which cities in South Africa? We have Limpopo, we have KwaZulu Natal, we have Western Cape, and then we have Mpumalanga. And Mpumalanga um, has the highest data when it comes to South Africa. So that's how you narrow down. So let me try to narrow down Kenya, and then let's see which cities. So if you are here in Kenya and you're wondering which cities can I go, you can be able to see here. There's really not a lot of specific cities here in Kenya as much as we do have a general trend. Then here you can change the categories if you want to. If you want to narrow down your categories, you can be able to change here the time. How long do you want to see the trend? So let's try the past 7 days. Let's see if there's been such traffic for macadamia nuts. You can be able to see how it has been, and that peaked. There was a lot of search for that July 26th, which was 2 days ago. Then let's see. Here on 27th, also it did peak during the day, sometime of the day, it went down. And then also today, it has peaked at 5 a.m. So today at 5 a.m., there was a lot of search for macadamia. So that's how you can be able to use Google Trends. You can be able to compare, let's say, with any other type of nuts just to check how popular they are. So let me try peanuts. Let's see which one is popular between the two. All right, you can be able to see between macadamia and peanuts. Peanuts is doing so much better. Yeah. So if you are wondering, let's say, do I do macadamia or peanut? You can be able to see the search traffic for peanut is a lot. But now, interesting enough, if you look at this data that I have, every time that the peanut went down, macadamia went up. I don't know why. I can't explain that. Maybe I need to do a bit of research. You can be able to see, like on 26th July, peanut went down by 49. Macadamia went up by 38. You can be able to see that as well. July 27th, which was yesterday, for peanut, there was completely zero search. But you can see from academia, there was 21. So it rose up by 21, and peanut, it dipped by 62. So you can see it peaked on 26th at 62, but yesterday it went completely zero. So that's just a few how you are able to use the different trends to be able to see what's working. Somebody is asking, can I narrow down on the daily trends to see the keywords trending in a particular field? Absolutely. You just change the category. Let me just go back to that to just show you. Uh-huh. So put in a keyword and then change here the category. Can be able to see we have beauty, books, lecture, games, health, hobbies, internet, literally all the categories. So you change the category you want to check here, and then from there you can be able now to decide the time and which region you want to do that. Yes, so just play around with the tool and you'll find your way around it. Fantastic. So we can proceed with our class. That's how you check even for a particular keyword. So if you want to check how popular a particular keyword is, that's how you do that, and you can be able to get some data, and then from there you can be able to decide if the data you are getting is relevant to you or can help you in making your business decision. So we can proceed with the class. Let me put up my presentation again. So that's how you even determine which cities you want to do your campaign on. If you're wondering, for example, yes, I want my campaign to go outside Kenya, but which cities particularly? So that's how you use the Google Trends to decide how that goes. Fantastic. So let me put up my presentation so that we can continue with our class and just learn a bit more. So you can keep your comments and questions coming through. I see the questions are really coming in. I'll be able to respond them even as we proceed with the class. So how do you build your audience? So we've talked about how you decide which are the right keywords that potentially you want to bid on, but then how do you build your audience? Remember, your audience is very, very important. It's important for you to know who you are reaching and who you should be targeting. Don't assume, especially, don't assume you understand your audience. Use the tools that you have, the likes of Google Analytics, for example. If it's on social media, use the tools for the different social media platforms to really understand how your audience behaves online. Because sometimes you may go with, you may think, for example, you should be targeting rather this particular group, and then you completely learn that it's a different group altogether. I should be targeting. And an example is just a few years ago in Saudi Arabia, rather, it was like the whole world knew only the men were allowed to drive. So if I were to be car dealer or a car manufacturer, what will I think I should do? I'll be say if I want to do a campaign, I want to reach out to the gentlemen because they're the ones who are doing the driving. But then this one car company decided to do a bit of research to really determine, really, is it the men who are the ones who are making those decisions when it comes to deciding which car the family should buy. And to their surprise, it was actually the women who were deciding exactly which cars the family will own. So as much as they were not the ones driving the cars, they were the ones driving the decision about which car should be bought for the family. So that completely changed how they did their marketing and just to determine who were the right audience for them. So as a business, sometimes you may think these are the particular audience you should be reaching, but over time, once you check your analytics, you may realize actually the people you are attracting are a different caliber. So it's very, very important for you to understand your audience and also your traffic sources. So where are they coming from? Are they coming, let's say, from, let's say, your social media? Are they coming, for example, from your search? So you should be able to know where are they coming from and which content do they tend to relate to the most. Which content does give you a lot of engagement. So you can be able to see that is the content that your audience resonates with, or potentially that's the audience that answers the questions or addresses their pain areas. Remember, as a business, even while you are putting content out there, it's very important to make sure that you are putting content that speaks to your audience. What do I mean? For example, if I want, it's addressing my pain area. What is making me want to buy a new phone? So try to address that. Yes. Fantastic. And then try to communicate and also support your customers. How do you do that? It could be on your social media sites, on your Google business profile. So try to support and communicate with them. Once they give you reviews, it's important to always try and respond to your reviews, whether they are positive or negative. Even if they are negative, how you respond to that particular review may actually turn that client around and give them an opportunity to give you a second chance. So try to also remain professional even while you are responding to your reviews. Remember, reviews are very, very important. In fact, especially let's say with Google business profile, once you have so many reviews in your Google business profile, that will even affect how your profile will rank and subsequently also your website, because once your profile is doing better, when people are looking for information, they can easily click on your website and be able to find that information. So encourage your clients to always give you reviews. Let's say once they check out, on the checkout, encourage them to give you reviews, or if you have a brick and mortar, you can always give them the link to just be able to give you reviews, so that the people who are new to your business, they can also have a chance to see or feel from the rest of the people who have interacted with your business before. So let's see if we have any question before I go deeper into marketing channels. Let me check my comment section, be able to see that. Fantastic, fantastic brand. Thank you so much. All right. I am duly honored, Francis. Thank you so much. All right. I hope I'm doing justice to this class and you are able to learn a few things here. Distinctive, good to see you again. Let me remind you my name. My name is Winnie. I don't know why I always have to remind you my name, but that's okay. It doesn't I don't mind reminding you my name again. Yes, Lydia, I can see you. Moms by Kare, always present. Thank you so much for that, Lydia. Good to see you again. Yeah, so you can keep those comments coming through even as we proceed with the class. All right. So, what are some of the key channels we need to consider? I know some of them you already have an idea of. For example, search engine marketing. Like I said, these are the medias where you pay for you. Let's say for your content to be seen, which in this time it can be, let's say, your website, for example. So when it comes to search engine marketing, what you need to keep your eyes on, yes, you are bidding, you bid for keywords. That's something you pay for a particular keyword for it to be seen, and also you appear on the first page of Google. When it comes to social media marketing, I know we are conversant with that. Social media marketing, basically you're using platforms the likes of Facebook, IG, Twitter to try and gain traffic, attention, or reach new potential people. Display marketing, this one is the images, videos, animations, or sometimes there are even text links that appear on many websites. What do I mean? For example, today you decide you want to read about what's happening in the country. You decide to go to Standard Media Group website, and then once you get there, you see there's an advertisement for geisha, for example. So that's an example of a display marketing. We have email marketing. Email marketing, this is where you collect and you use email addresses to communicate with the users. Email marketing is one of a media of communication that, if once you do it right, it tends to give you really good quality leads, especially if you use email marketing for generating leads. Because remember, you are addressing the specific people. Try to, a few tips is just try as much as possible to be relevant to them, because if you are not relevant, they will unsubscribe to your emails and you'll no longer have an audience to talk to. Content marketing, we have different types of content. We have posts, we have videos, we have infographics, we have even text, which text can be blog, for example. So when it comes to content marketing, put out quality content. And quality content is, I mean, for example, a good quality pictures. If you're doing post video, try as much as possible to also have quality videos. Yes, and then also try to address, like I've said before, the pain points of your clients. Yes, so just to run through this, just an example of the difference between a paid text and the organic search listing. So if you go online, for example, and you want to search for a camera right now, maybe we know this is a peak season for the tourism industry. So you want to go for a safari and you want to have a camera with you. So you go online and you're thinking, which is the camera that I can buy. You go online and you key in, let's say, best compact camera, and then you'll be able to see. So these are shopping ads, and then this is an organic. So organic, you'll see the specific websites, yes, but here on the shopping ads, you'll be able to see, yes, the vendor here below, but you'll be able to see an AD, for example. Yes, so that's what you get when you go online. All right, so just let's proceed. So remember here, what you are keying, that keyword is a search query. So for example, if I key in, let's say, compact camera, best compact camera, a vendor in Nairobi, all those are potential keywords. So what are some of the things we need to keep our attention on when it comes to search engine optimization? So search engine optimization, remember, for you are not paying for the keywords. Yes, the keywords you're using, it's, yeah, for free, but you also need to optimize. You're optimizing, let me say, you're optimizing the keyword. With SEM, you are paying for the keyword. So one search tool, I know I have mentioned this before, Google Search Console. I hope by right now all of us have the Google Search Console, because like I said, it's not only going to tell you how you are ranking, but it will also monitor how you are doing and send you alerts if there is any critical issue when it comes to your website. Also, you can also help Google to find your content by you submitting a sitemap. So once you submit a sitemap, you'll help the bots to understand how your website is structured, and then they can be able to index it, so that next time somebody is making a search online, they can be able to see your content. So it's very, very important for you to sign up for Google Search Console. Remember, it's a free tool. What you need to do is just have a Google account, which is essentially, if you do have a Gmail, you do have a Google account. And then sign up for Google Search Console, put in the URLs of your website, and once you have that ready, you'll be needed to authenticate. So there you the authentication keys you will be given by your developer, and after that, your website is good to go. So you can just look at, just watch out for the notifications that Google are sending you in terms of how your website is performing. So hopefully, so let me just throw this to you. So how many of us have Google Search Console? So share with me on the comment section. Let me see how many of us did decide to have the Google sign up at the Google Search Console for your respective websites. All right, so I'll be coming to sample in the next 2 minutes to just see how many of us did go and implement after our last class. Yes. All right, Brenda, hi, and good to see you. All right, so we can continue with the class even as I wait to just hear how that has been for you. And for those who have had the Google Search Console, let's say, for some time, how is the experience? Also share that with me in the comment section, so that also the rest of the team can also see how that looks like once you have it. So if you implemented it after our last class, just comment with a yes. And then for those who have had it for some time, let us know what that looks like for you so far. But some of the top tips is do a keyword research. So a keyword research, one of the tools that can help you with doing your keyword research is Google Trends that I have demonstrated, but also we have keyword planner. So keyword planner, you can be able to find it on your Google Ads account, or we also have other essentially that's how you'll be able to find your keyword planner. So your keyword planner will help you to discover some of the phrases and people have been using online. Then you can also be incorporate that in your description of your products and services. And one of the things also I talked about, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, was when it comes to optimization, you also need to optimize your photos. So not just the descriptions, not just the descriptions, not just the text that you're putting out there, you need to also optimize your photos. Yes, and one of the way, apart from, I know last class I did mention optimizing we by compressing, but also in the description of those photos. So while you are uploading those photos, put a description of that name, the name, let me say the name, the picture name. So put, if it is a product, let the picture name be the name of that product. Why is that important? Remember, when it comes to Google search, you can also search for a product by using Google Photos. So let me just do a bit of demo for that so that all of us have a clear understanding of what I am talking about. So I'll stop sharing my screen in a moment, and then I'll reshare a new tab. All right. So let me just go back to the main page of okay. So let's say I'm looking for best compact camera. Let's see what we are able to do. But now I'm not using the search bit, I'm using the photos bit. So let's see what is going to happen. So you can see once I decided to use the photos, you can see these are some of the websites that have optimized their photos, and they have, you can be able to see this is Elite Aperture Mobitech. So if I wanted to have a look at this camera, once I click on it, it will take me directly to the website that has that individual picture. So let's see if really we will go to that main website. Okay, you can be able to see it did take me to the specific website that has that individual photo. You can be able to see, I can be able to see the description of it and the reviews. What are some of the reviews, the pricing, and how I can be able to reach them if I wanted to buy from them. All right, so let's try something else. Let's see if you're able to see my screen. Oh, you are not okay. Oh, it did open a new tab. So let me just showcase that tab. So once I clicked on here, so let me show you the next tab it took me on. So you can be able to see this is the website it took me on. So where that picture came from. So that's how I was able, for example, you can be able to see it did take me to the website. So if you just put your pictures and there is no description to that picture, if somebody is making a search using the photos, they can't be able to let's say it won't pop up. For example, it's not relevant because you can see this particular picture has its name is Canon EOS M200 mirrorless digital camera. So let's try, let me show you my screen again, then we can try another keyword. Apelles, you're saying for me, your keyword search time for your site, your pages are trending. It shows where your traffic is coming from. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. I can see for you, you have told me that you have implemented Google search for some time, and that is your feedback. I hope the rest of us can also learn from Apelles. You can see she has been able to see where the traffic is coming from, optimize her pages, and also do keyword research. All right. So thank you so much, Ampeles, for that. I'm happy. I'm now a happy Kenyan that we are implementing the tools that we also learned in this class. Okay. So let me just a moment. Just a moment. Okay. So I want us to research another item. Let's see. So what do we let's see, I want to research. Okay, so what let's do laptop bags. Let's see, laptop bags. Let's see what we are able to get. And remember, I'm doing my searches with the images. I'm not doing here. You see, if I use the search, these are the results I am getting. So let's compare this. Okay, but now I have decided to search with images. You can be able to see from images. We also have here, so images is like a mini search engine. So if I wanted laptop bag, leather bags, stylish bags, slim bags, shoulder bags, designer bags, waterproof. So let's say I wanted leather, then I chose leather. You can be able to see these are the leather bags that are there. Once I click on any of these, for example, you can see this one is being hosted by Gadget Base. Once I click on any of these, it will take me to the website that is hosting that individual photo. So even in your optimization of your website, also make sure that you name that particular photo. If it's a photo of a product, name it, so that if somebody is looking for that particular product and they're searching it using images, they can be able to see that particular product in the images, and then once they click on it, it will take them to your website. All right. So yes, so thank you so much for that. We can proceed with the class. So I'll put my presentation back again. Okay, so today we are just learning about mostly how we are going to create our strategy, and one of the ways to create our strategy is optimizing the tools that we already have access to. Okay, there we go. All right. So now to my favorite tool, Google Business Profile. So what do we need to know about it? Yes, I know all of us have this tool already. So what are some of the things you need to keep your eyes on? Like I said, reviews, respond to reviews, messages. When it comes to messages, if you do not respond to your message within 48 hours, Google will disable your message feature. So it's very, very important for you to respond to the messages. The beautiful thing is that anytime there's an activity in your profile, they send you an email notification. So of course, what you need to do is just activate the notifications bit of your email, and you can be able to receive the messages into your email if somebody has sent you a message. So it's very, very important to take note of that if you do not respond to your messages within 48 hours, Google will disable that feature, and the people cannot be able, your clients cannot be able to send you messages from the profile moving forward. And like I said, you can do your deals. If you have coupons, you can also put them in. You can be able to respond to reviews even as they come through. You can share if you have any upcoming events. You can also share on your profile. And just to help you with that, you can go to marketingkit.withgoogle.com, just to help you with, let's say, stickers, posters, if you're having a bit of trouble in creating the content for your profile. So like I said, just to run through the difference between SEO and SEM, like for search listings, yes, they are free, but when it comes to search engine marketing, you are paying for that. You optimize your keywords when it comes to search engine optimization. But when it comes to search engine marketing, you bid on your keywords. And another thing to also remember that it takes a bit of time for you to rank on the first page of Google. So you might as well optimize your photos today, optimize your text, put the right keywords, but it doesn't mean the next day when you wake up, you'll now appear on the first page of Google. It takes a bit of time. So every time you keep optimizing your page, you'll always be keeping track from your Google Search Console on how you are performing online. But if you do decide to take the Google engine marketing side, you will appear on the first page straight away. But like I said, and I'll continue to say, even with the search engine marketing, you still need to do your SEO right, because they will influence your ad score. So what is an ad score? Ad score is your overall. So normally, if you put an ad, they score the ad. What is the overall percentage of that ad? So one of the things they will look into is how relevant your website is. So the relevancy of your website will now be based on SEO. So even while you are doing your search engine marketing, you still need to do your SEO so that even your search engine marketing can do better. Yes, and yes, like I said, you while you're creating your campaign, very important, keywords are everything. You can also do negative keywords as well. So for example, negative keywords, let's say I sell eyeglasses. So some of people might go online. For example, glasses is a keyword. For me, I have a business, and my business, we are selling eyewear, eyeglasses. So what do I decide to do? I decide to put a negative keyword, for example, the likes of wine glasses. So negative keyword is wine glass. So what does that mean? If somebody goes online and makes a search for wine glasses, they'll not see my advertisement, because for me, I'm doing an advertisement on eyeglasses. So that's how you use some of your negative keywords. For example, I can decide also to do a negative keyword. For example, I have a warehouse. So I'm in the warehousing industry, so I'm renting spaces in my warehouse. I decide to do a negative keyword, for example, for job seekers. So I can decide to do anybody who types in, let's say, jobs in warehouses does not see my advertisement. So that my advertisement is only seen by people who are actually looking to rent spaces in a warehouse. So that's how you make use of your negative keywords. Yes, and also just add your extensions to your ads. It could be a call extension. For example, if somebody clicks on that ad, are they able to call you directly? And like I said, connect to your analytics account. So at least we have people already using the Google Search Console. So let's see, do we have people already having installed the Google Analytics account? Let me hear from you. Share with me if you already have a Google Analytics account for your website. Remember, Google Analytics account will collect data from one, your website. Number two, your social media sites. You can be able to link your social media sites with your Google Analytics account so that you know what activity is coming from your social media to your website. That's a second thing. Thirdly, you can be able to track the performance of your search engine marketing. So you are able to know if your search engine marketing is bringing you success or not. That's the third thing. And also you can also just to know, for example, your overall performance of your own website. So Google Analytics account is a must have for any business who has a presence online. And also you can also be able to track as well, from how many people are coming even directly just from your own website, from search. For example, are they coming from your Google business profile, and also from social media, as I have said. All right, yes. So when it comes to social media, some of the things I would want to echo while you are building your social media strategy, it's important to know what is your goal. Is your goal making sales on social media? Because if you do decide that your goal is making sales, that is going to inform the kind of activities you do on your profile. For example, if you decide to do a campaign, you can be able to do, let's say, a campaign to look for leads. You can be able to do a campaign to do brand awareness, for example. And also, even your campaign, you'll be able to target a specific demographic. Something to note while you are doing, for example, your advertising, rather than target regions, target your specific audience. Try to narrow down your campaign to specific audiences rather than doing a region. So let's say I am in retail, I sell women clothes, kids clothes, gentlemen clothes, and etc. So rather than put my campaign Nairobi, target your campaign. If you had decided you want to do a campaign on the women wear, target women specifically, what is their characteristics. Some of those data you'll be able to get it. Actually, all of that data you'll be able to get it from your analytics. So try to do audience based rather than region based campaign. If you decide to do add value to your brand when it comes to social media, that will also determine what is the kind of content you also want to put on your site. For example, the likes of I like Safaricom, forgive me, it's a favorite brand of mine. Yes, so if you go to their page, most of their pages usually just all about customer service, really. So just having conversation, maybe you have a complaint about their product, you put it there, they respond to you. So most of their social media activities is for customer service. So also on your business, decide what do you want to do on your social media. Do you want, for example, to sell? Do you want to add value to your brand? Do you just want to do your overall marketing there as well? Because that is also going to determine the kind of content you are going to put on those um, pages. And like I said, how do you know your audience? Your audience is determined by one, where are they coming from? Who are they? Which social media platform do they use? When are they usually online? And like I said, if you have not been on social media or you have not been active, and so far you have not collected any data or you do not know who your audience is, number one is post regularly for at least 3 months, 6 months. After that, the platform will have collected sufficient data for you to clearly know who your audience is. If you just do for 1 month, for example, sometimes that data may not really represent your audience in its entirety. So it will give you a bit of biased data. But if you do for 3 months, 6 months, you'll be able to clearly define your audience. Like when it comes to choosing your social media channels, all platforms are not exactly the same. And I know especially when it comes to the meta one that hosts Facebook and Instagram, I know they are interlinkable, which is fantastic that you can post on your Facebook and at the same time post that post will be seen on your IG, especially if you're using your Facebook business suite. That information you can be able to co-share. But we also need to keep track of number one, our audience on Facebook may not necessarily be our audience on Instagram. So sometimes we may need to tweak a bit of our content here and there to make sure that we are targeting the audience as it is. Also, the copy may not be exact. What I mean with copy is the script. The script we use on IG may not necessarily be the same one we used on Facebook. So, as much as it is fantastic and it eases our work when it comes to the meta tools, we also need to understand that sometimes the audience may not be exactly the same, and if you do that over a long period of time, you may find one of your platforms begins to go down in terms of engagement or in terms of just how your page was growing. So probably at some time your page was growing at a steady state, and then once you interlinked both the platforms, you start finding one of the platform is going down. That could be maybe because the audience that you attract on Facebook was not necessarily the audience you're attracting on Instagram. And since the content that you are sharing was not being relevant to them, that is why your engagement is going down. That is why your page growth rate is also going down as well. So it's also very, very important to do the work. It pays to do the hard work. Fortunately, yeah, when it comes to LinkedIn, LinkedIn is for professionals mostly. So if you are targeting decision makers, professionals, that would be your go-to platform. When it comes to LinkedIn, you need to be active on it, otherwise it won't work. So you need to post regularly, you need to put yourself out there as a leader, a leader in your industry, somebody they can rely on. Remember, you are targeting professionals. So these are people who have an idea exactly what they want. So it's very, very important for you to put yourself out there as somebody who understands exactly what they are doing and not they are trying not being sure. So very, very important. So when it comes to YouTube is all video. Remember, we have different kinds of video. Like for example, we have teaser. So you can decide to do teaser video. So teaser is where somebody is trying out, either it's a service. Let's say you have a gym. You have a gym. So somebody is coming in. So you have this client who's coming in probably for their first time. You could put that kind of video out there just to people to see how is, like for example, if they are like me who let's say has not gone to the gym. So I'm like, how is the first experience like when you go to a gym? Yes, so you could do teasers. If it's a product, people trying out that product and just capturing their first reaction with that product. You could do the how to do's. For example, if maybe you are selling leather and you just want to help your clients to know how to maintain those bags and belts in leather shoes that they're buying from you. Yes, so that is also as well a type of video that you could put in. Post regularly. There's no shortcut to it. Post regularly, and also because that will help you to optimize your frequency. So make sure you optimize your frequency of posting. So don't, like for example, decide this month I am very free. I think my calendar is a bit open. So this month you are very active. You are posting nearly every day on your page. Next month, your page, you are not posting on it. So very important. We have tools, for example, like Hootsuite. Um, we also have buffer as well. So those can help you to just schedule your content so that the times that you are busy, let's say you are committed with production and you do not necessarily have time to update your social media sites, those tools can still be able to update your profile. So if you have been on Facebook, for example, you have realized that the content creators or people who post regularly, their content, Facebook is giving them preference when it comes to showing their content. So if you are this person who has not been posting regularly, you'll find sometimes your content is not being seen as maybe as before as yes. So one of the things Facebook, I think Facebook is trying to do is give preference to people who are regular content creator. So that's why even on your normal profile, you'll find sometimes somebody did put up, let's say today, I won an award and I am not very active on social media, and I decide today I want to put it on my profile. You may see it and you are my friend, but you may see it 5 6 days later because I'm not a regular poster. So Facebook is not giving me preference to show my content. So even to the pages, it's very, very important to have a consistency of posting. All right. So these are just a few tips when it comes to social media. Let's see if I have any questions so far. All right. Easy link. Fantastic. Skylen, thank you so much. How do you activate the notification button for this channel or which channel? Kindly help me to understand that so that I give you a correct answer. I can see you are saying, Anne Mugo, you are saying you are loving the topic. I am glad you are loving the topic. Thank you so much for being part of today's class. So let's see what's it with social media. Videos, I've talked about videos. When it comes to blogs, it's important to make sure that your blogs have like the right keywords. Keywords are everything. Or alternatively, what I can say in summary is speak to your audience, their language. Try to address their problem. What is making me want to go online to buy a leather bag? So try to address that even while you are communicating in your blogs. Case studies are also good. You can also use case studies on your website, especially at the certain industry that case studies are important to them. Let's say especially one is medical industry. So people in the medical industry, most of them tend to do a lot of case studies. And then we also have guides as well. So if you are getting started on content marketing, number one is create persona profile. So what do I mean? So let me give an example of okay. Let's say let me use the leather industry. So I do make bags, I do make belts, shoes. So my persona profile, number one is I could be targeting a female who is between the age of, let's say, 18 to 35. They are usually online, let's say between 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. I'm just guessing those figures. Yes, but of course you'll be able to get that data from your analytics. So, and then I'm also targeting the gentleman who potentially at the age of, let's say, 25 to 35, their interest at this and this and this. So I have two different personas. So while I'm putting my content on my social profile, I have discovered I have these two different categories. So put content that resonates to a particular profile. Persona rather. So if you're putting content that resonates to the females, put content that so also, if you decide that today you want to put content that resonates with the gentleman, do as such. Another example is, for example, people in the real estate industry. So the real estate is as diverse as it can be. Let's say you're targeting the renters, you're targeting the buyers, you're targeting those who would wish to live. So of course, their content is very different. Even with the renters, there are those ones potentially you have properties that are hosting, let's say, one bedroom, bed sitters, and then we have those big apartments that have 4 3 bedrooms. So you are targeting different people. So try to also tailor make your content to those specific personas so that all your audience, you have captured them in your content. Also understand the customer journey, because when you are putting your content there, try to address the specific stage the customer is in. Remember the sales it's called a sales funnel, where we have people who are still on the awareness, we have people who are on the consideration stage, we have people who are on the conversion stage. So of course, the people who are on the awareness stage, they potentially, number one, have not had an interaction with your business. Maybe they do not know what you do, or they've heard your name but they do not clearly know what your business is about. So of course, the content that reaches out to them would be very different from people who are on the consideration stage. So if I am a real estate industry agent, for example, and I'm trying to reach out to people on the consideration stage, here I'm trying to talk to them about let's say for this particular property, we have 100% financing or 1 or 5% financing. So these are people who, let's say, they have seen the property, so they're still not sure whether they should take the property or not. So I'm trying to put content that is talking to them. And then we have people who are on the conversion stage. So, for example, these are people, let's say they have come, they have seen the property, they like the property, but they have not put in an offer. So now I am trying to put content to talk to them. So sometimes the content may overlap within the various stages. Sometimes it may be completely different. So try to understand your customer journey. If you are, let's say, hairdresser, what is your customer journey? Do they come your profile? Let's say they see those fantastic hairstyles you have, and then what do they do? Do they make a call? So you want to reach out to them based on their different stages in the customer journey. Also, remember, you can reuse your content. Yes, so you can always reuse your content, but just refresh it here and there. And always include a call to action in all your kinds of content. Always include a call to action. What do you want people to do? They have read your blog. What do you want them to do? Read more, call in, talk to us, visit, let's say you want, or they are on social media, you want them to visit your website, you put in a link there. So once you have that content, what do you want your audience to do? Always put in a call to action. And lastly, use content to facilitate your sales process. Remember when I talked about content marketing, you say content marketing does the following: informs, educates, so but it does not necessarily sell. So content marketing is not just, you can't fill your page from Monday to Monday, buy this, buy this, buy this, and you are not addressing the needs. For example, I would there's this example I like to use. So my phone here, it's Techno Spark series. So it's a Techno Spark series. It has 5,000 amp hour. So 5,000 amp hour, that's a good battery size for people who know. But then let's say for people who are buying phone, maybe what's driving them to buying that phone is the camera, or what's driving them to buy the phone is let's say even the screen size. That's what is driving them. But then you, as the one selling this phone, you could decide, I want to put out content about this Techno Spark series. So what do I say? I can decide to say the 5,000 amp hour that you'll be able to do can help you to achieve, for example, if you are into gaming, you can be able to game for 3 hours before you will need to recharge your phone. So yes, you want me to buy the phone, but now you are educating me about the product. So I'll find it useful because I now understand why or what that product will be able to do for me. So you are selling, let's say, oils. Like I have an SME who is selling oils. So he sells this natural oil. So let's say olive oil. So you are explaining what are some of the benefits that olive oil will bring to me. It could be with my skin, with my hair, with cooking. So you are putting those benefits to me. So at the end of the day, you want me to buy, but you're not just putting content, buy olive oil, buy from Monday to Monday. You are just putting buy. No, content marketing is educating, informing, so that you're helping your clients or your audience to understand why they should be able to buy from you, or why you are the best dealer for that particular product. All right, this class is a very long class. I hope at this point you have done a thing or two. Sally, I see you. Good to see you again in today's class. I'm happy that I was able to host you again. So just a moment. So any question, any comments, any feedback before I call it a day for us? So if you have any question, any comments, any feedback, talk to me. I'll be able to respond to that. All right, so let me put up my presentation again. And there's something I wanted to also mention as well. Like I'll be talking about content marketing. Yes. So let me just put that up so that all of us can be able to see that. Oh, Bridget, I hope you now have So if you have any questions, any comments, any feedback, just put it in the comment section. I'll be able to sample them even as we continue with this class. So in summary, what have I talked about today when it comes to creating our strategy? Number one is segment your audience. Create a persona for that audience, and persona will come with what is their interest, what is bringing them online, what is their pain areas. For example, if I do online food deliveries, why would people not cook and decide to buy food? So you want to address that need. Maybe they are busy people. So maybe my persona could be, this is a person who is a professional. They're busy. They do not have time to make their foods, but they still want to eat healthy meals. So I'm targeting them with what is their pain point is they're busy, they do not have time to make proper meals. Also, but they are also looking to eat healthy meals. So my content will be around trying to address these specific areas that are a pain point for them. So try to understand your audience, because that will really determine the kind of content you have. Optimize your tools that you're using. Is it social media? When it comes to your posting, also, as you include call to action, also include the hashtag, but the hashtag, make sure it's relevant to your business. Don't be carried away with all the hashtags that are trending online. And I guess let me see if I can be able to just do a bit of small demo for that before I close the class. So let me sign in into my social media site. Just a moment, just a moment. Okay. All right. So let me just show you why it's important to include a hashtag and what that does for you as a business. Okay. So on my screen. So this is my individual profile. Let's say I want to, yes, shift. So I'm searching, I'm making a search with the hashtag. Let's see what happens. Let's see what is going to happen. It's a bit done. Oh my goodness, it's taking forever. Taking a bit of time to load. Hopefully it will be able to do that before I close in the class. There you see I made a search with a hashtag. What do you see? You can see here all the businesses that have that hashtag. I can be able to see their content. See, we have here, yes. So these are the businesses that have that particular hashtag. Let's see which one do we, let's see. Hashtag the ladies dress. I don't know. Or suits. Let me say suits. So you are a business that sells ladies suits. Let's see what we're going to get. There you go. So any business that had this hashtag, since I made a search with that hashtag, I was able to do to see their profile. So that's how you. So it's important for you to include a hashtag, but that those ones that are relevant to your business. Don't just include hashtags that are not relevant to your business. So you can include, for example, two hashtags. So if you are selling, let's say, ladies clothes, you can include, let's say, hash ladies clothes and or ladies dresses, whichever product it is, and then the other hashtag should be your brand name. So for example, hash, let's say I have Winnie's Salon, so hash Winnie's Salon. All right. So at this point, thank you so much for being part of today's class. So just to remind us again, we have a one-to-one Google Bootcamp. Yes. So if you want to participate in the bootcamp, yes, this is the link again. You can be able to do that. So what is our next steps? Our next steps is if you do want to learn more about just generally social media, you can go to learndigital.with google.com/digital skills or courses, and you can be able to just learn more about the tools. And as always, we are social human beings. So you can find us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. On Twitter, we are at Digital Skills. AF on Facebook is at Digital Skills for Africa. On Instagram, we are at Digital Skills. AF, my moderator will share that with you. Please follow us, give us your thoughts, and also the kind of content we show. If you want us to improve, then you can be able to do that. Okay, Skyline asking how can I narrow down on the daily trends, keywords trending in a particular field? I think I was able to answer that. Was I not? Think I was able to answer that. I said you change the categories. So on the category, you select the category of your industry. If it's about tourism, select tourism. Then you'll be able to see the specific keywords that are trending in that day when it comes to tourism. So you change the category of your Google search trend, and then you can. So there are different things you can change. Number one is the nation. You can change a country. You can change the time. Like, do you want it to give you data for the last 7 days, for the real-time trends, daily trends, last 1 year, 6 months? So, and then also you can change the category. So if you just want to see what's trending today, you can be able to see everything that is all the keywords that are trending today. But if you want to make a search for a particular industry, you change the category to narrow that one down for you to narrow down the search to the specific industry that you are in. So that's how you navigate the Google Trends platform. All right. So yeah, my moderator kindly reshare the bootcamp link. I can see Skyline wants to participate in it. Yes, so let's give them a chance to also participate. All right, thank you so much. Kindly give my moderator a chance to share the links with us before we close it a day, and let's talk to me. How has the session been for you? Kindly share with me how the session has been for you. Have you learned a thing or two? Where do you think we want to improve? Yeah, I'm always open to hearing your comments and feedback about how the session has been. Omusila, I can be able to see your comment. Omusila Honorine, welcome aboard. All right, so let me at least hear from two people. How has the session been for you today? As I wait for my moderator kindly share with us our social media links so that we can be able to follow through even after this class. So it has been my pleasure to host you. Thank you so much. I'm just waiting for my moderator to share. All right. Thank you. So yes, absolutely. You can give us feedback on the link. And my moderator has shared the link for feedback. Amri Global, you are saying very refreshing session. Thank you so much for that. All right. Say also, you can also put your feedback in the comment bit. So see you next week at same time. We'll be able to communicate with you at least. Have a fantastic, lovely evening. I'll see you next week and God bless you. Thank you.